I want to show you one of the best ways to scale your Fiverr agency, your SMMA agency, if you're considering running it on Fiverr, and what sort of approach that you can take in order to drive more traffic. So I've been running my agency for last almost 10 years now. I've been primarily focusing on Fiverr, reaching 7 figures, over $2 million on a Fiverr so far. And actually in my previous videos, I recorded how I was kind of like downscaling my Fiverr journey, but things have started to, as you can see here, I had a really strong month in January, February, March, and then April it went a little bit down, and now we are in May, we're at 6K. So, things are going to be always like this. In my case, it's not because of Fiverr, it's because of the service I offer. But what I've seen, what I learned, like people are saying, okay, maybe they should quit Fiverr, they should do agency on their own. And I want to kind of like, for people who are already have an existing presence on Fiverr, I will suggest for you to don't just quit your profile, because there are ways of how you can take this to the next level. Because if you're already seeing results on Fiverr, it can be up and down, right? Some days you're not seeing sales, you're getting frustrated, you're like, okay, I should try to do something different. Another day you're suddenly seeing like an increase in sales, you're like, oh, okay, maybe I should continue on Fiverr. So for me, it's very simple. You don't need to overcomplicate things. So we need to understand that in order for us to increase more sales to our Fiverr page, we need to drive traffic, right? We need to bring somewhere traffic, but we don't need to create complex systems. In my case, when you go to my agency website, this is how I made it, because for me right now, if you even, let's say, potential client, you're watching this, for me it's better I tell you my website, I tell you my agency website, you go there, you see what's happening, you see the video, you see my reviews, what's happening, you see my portfolio as well, you can see what I can help you with. I also list down my pricing packages, right? And then when you click, for example, on get started, you will automatically be redirected to my Fiverr gig page. The reason why I did it, because when someone orders my service from Fiverr, I do have a system set up, meaning that I have a person who is going to see that order, who is going to respond to the buyer, who is going to put it in our workspace. We use Trello for most of the management of orders. We use Google Sheets. So there is a system that's set up. If someone's going to go ahead and place an order, for example, directly, I will need to actually, because I don't have a system like I set up it on Fiverr, so I will need to have my personal input. Like, it will take some time to onboard. Of course, you can build multiple processes, it's not a problem. But the reason why you should consider is because if you already have reviews, if you have already, good reviews, good feedbacks, you can use it as an asset. Because look, two ways. Client can go to your website, right? Let's say if I will not have Fiverr here, they could go to my website and they'll be like, okay, good portfolio, he has like 24,000 order, whatever, right? You can write anything you want. But then they're still going to be on the fence, because for them it's still, I'm not known. My agency is not like world known, right? I don't have, let's say, Google reviews, a lot of Google reviews, or any Google reviews. So it creates more skepticism, because a lot of clients who go from one agency to another, from one service provider to another, they probably had a bad experience, unfortunately, because that's just the space. You cannot do perfect things. Some buyers can be a good fit, some buyers can be maybe not a good fit for your agency, but they can be a good fit for someone else. So that's why for you, when they go to your Fiverr page, like when they're like, okay, we know Fiverr because they're publicly traded company, they know what it is. Maybe they had already experience, maybe good experience, maybe bad experience, but at least they know what's happening, right? And they can go to your reviews, they can see your reviews, they can see your work, they can see how you structure. Maybe you are a top rated seller, maybe you're a pro seller, so that can add some sort of extra credibility. But eventually the conversion rate are going to be probably better on Fiverr versus your own website, because they maybe have an account created on Fiverr, they maybe have their payment information, so for them maybe it's easier to make that payment, right? So when we think about this, we don't realize that there is a potential there. And now, in order for us to drive more traffic, more sales, you can still do this with your website. Like, for example, my website, it's optimized for Fiverr, right? Meaning that I can share with anyone my website, even on Fiverr, because it only brings people to Fiverr. I don't bring them anywhere else, right? That's my goal. That's my sort of setup at the moment. And when we talk about driving traffic, so what we can do, I do have my Instagram page, which I'm actually going to be planning to do this test, because in the past I did use my personal Instagram as some sort of like a driven factor for my Fiverr orders and clients, and now I want to switch it to the agency. So like this, people can recognize me as an agency more, and then when they go to the agency website, when they see the information, then they can end up in my Fiverr profile, right? But in order for you to drive these sales and these orders, you need to, on Instagram, it's very simple. You've seen a lot of Reels, right? Reels is the #1 way to drive traffic. And Instagram, especially, they released the news where Meta charging fee for business accounts. Actually, it came just recently, the news that now Meta is going to be charging your... we can go and see probably in the news. Oops, we don't have any news, but we can go, for example, I can show you here. There's been a news where Instagram started to implement this verification. So let's go here. So basically now they're gonna have several plans where you can pay, like, you know, starting from $15 up to $340. You're gonna have like a blue check mark on your profile. You're gonna have as well, actually you're gonna have links in the Reels. You can include links in the Reels, which can be very, very powerful. So there is a lot of potential there. That's why I'm suggesting you right now to try to pick Instagram as a platform, because in my case, I like TikTok as well. I think there's a potential in TikTok, but in my case, I think on TikTok, what I've seen so far, there are dominantly more younger audience, which means doesn't mean that you won't have clients from TikTok, but still it makes it a bit complicated at the moment. Also with the TikTok going in the right now with trying, you know, they want to ban in the US, so there is just a lot of controversy. So if you're just starting out, I would suggest to consider just going on Instagram. YouTube is another way, but it might be a little bit more harder if you're not used to do like a longer format videos. It might be more complicated for you, but Instagram is a really easier way, because if you're getting messages from people, you can just redirect them to your website or to your Fiverr page directly. Like you can use, I do like to have a website because I feel it's more simple. You know, when you talk with potential customers, you send them the website, you have all the information on the website, and also when they come to your website, you can eventually retarget them. If you're running ads, you can retarget your audience. So that's why it's more beneficial. And then just create Reels. For example, I have this profile that I've seen, you know, they're running an agency as well, very similar. There's a lot of accounts like this, and as you can see, they're creating content, they're creating Reels, and you can see, okay, they're not big yet, but they can grow a lot more. But you can see 5,000 views, 4,000, almost 24,000 views. Imagine you create content around what you do, you showcase your Fiverr work, you showcase your reviews, you know, because, you know, Fiverr is giving you those assets like reviews, you can show your work, you can show a lot of things behind the scenes there. Of course, you have to be careful not to show confidential information, but still you can show a lot of nice things to back up your content. And then eventually when you create content, it will be more engaging, and essentially it will convert to the traffic. So for me, Reels, and as I manage accounts myself, several hundreds of accounts on a monthly basis, I see that the Reels is the main traffic generator, and you can get a lot of, even for example, I'm also running another page which is represents the city in Spain, and you know, we are getting so much traffic every single day. Literally we're getting like hundreds of people following us, a lot of traffic. Imagine all of this traffic that goes to your website, that then ends up on your Fiverr page. And because you already have a system set up, because you know you're doing messages or you have someone who is doing the messages, it's going to be much easier. So you're just opening an extra channel to drive traffic. Of course, you can drive them to your website. And I spoke and I mentioned a few ways, like you can use, for example, spp.co as a platform. to have your clients. This is like a similar to Fiverr, but you have your own control. And if you want to actually try to use it, I'm gonna leave a link. It's a referral link, but they have a great system that you'll get 1 month for free, and I will get also a month for free. So if you want to use it, if you want to give it a try, just to build something that you have already on your Fiverr and build it outside of Fiverr, you can. And then, for example, when you have your website, you can always change, like, you know, when people click get started, what happens with the SPP is that I can show you on this example here. So this is another agency that are running. So when they click on the sign up or get started, this is the SPP platform. So they will redirect it to the SPP, and now the buyers can select what they want, how many posts they want, which platforms they want, right? And they can just kind of like you know, build their package. This is a very cool way if you want to run your agency directly. I highly suggest to consider that. But again, you need to understand that in my case, even from my example, right now for me, it's a little bit overwhelming to run both things on Fiverr and off Fiverr. I still need to develop better processes, because I'm not able to manage both things at the same time. If I'm getting clients directly, I'm probably going to be responding to them later than, you know, usual, because my Fiverr is currently, I would say, even getting really good traffic, overwhelmed. So I feel like I can do a lot of better things to manage things on Fiverr and have people helping me, managing me things on Fiverr. But what I can do is I can still drive more traffic. I can still, you know, have my Instagram. I can still post more content, more reels, showcase the process, and that can be very, very powerful. So guys, I'm saying to you that this can be very interesting and this can be powerful if you try to create your Instagram based on your Fiverr journey, based on your Fiverr career. Let me know if you have any questions. You can also check out my newsletter as well. If you guys not subscribed, consider subscribing. I'm posting it weekly, sometimes a little bit later, but I really try to provide as much value on every publication that I share. So feel free to check it out. I think that's going to be very valuable. You can also check out my Fiverr course as well. It's a free course. I'm going to be also updating some lessons here, adding some more content. And if you have any questions, just please put them in the comments as well. Share your journey, share your progress. If you're frustrated, if you're happy, if you're seeing results or not seeing results, I'll do my best to answer. I do go through the comments. If anything, you can send me a DM on Instagram as well. And thank you so much for support, and see you in the next video.